Hi there. Hopefully my lavalier or lapel mic is working. It's my first time trying it. I guess this video will last as long as my light there does, because my campfire is kind of dying. I'm bad at making campfires. I didn't bring any starter fluid or whatever you call it. I'm up in Big Bear right now in California, SoCal. Drove up for the night in a little campsite. It's pretty nice out here. I got some Four Roses whiskey, single barrel. It smells delicious. I haven't had whiskey in months, I think, besides an old fashioned I had the other day, but that was like at a restaurant. Oh, that's nice. Chilled glass too. Throw it in the cooler. This is nice. You know, I kind of had an idea of what I was going to talk about in this video, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm just going to talk. The last couple of years, I kind of had this idea in my head that I was going to quit, most of my vices by the time I was 30. I'm 29 now, and I've got 8 months left of my 20s. So that time is approaching quick, and I didn't really have a plan to do so, to, stop everything I was doing, drinking heavily. I drank heavily a lot in my mid to late 20s. Smoking, doing drugs, nicotine, weed, things like that. I had planned to, stop all of that by the time I was 30. I thought that was a pretty good cutoff. That's good stuff right there. But I didn't really have any way of going about it. I was just going to kind of wing it and let life handle it. And seems that life kind of handles it that way. I haven't smoked once this year. I haven't done any drugs since May. So I've been sober for a while. Took most of the year off of drinking. Kind of started a little bit recently. Going through a little bit of hard times right now. So it's nice to have something to fall back on. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Sometimes you just got to have something, Hard to go through life without any vices, anything to lean on. Especially when there's not a lot of people in your life that you can lean on. So you kind of lean on other things. This is kind of one of the reasons why I'm making this. I'm trying to find another thing to lean on that's healthy for me. It's a little more therapeutic, I guess, than playing video games and other things. Life has a funny way of making you do what you need to do. And up until lately, I would call that, fate or the universe or whatever. But now I would call that God. I didn't always believe. I actually started this year. Whether or not you believe, not really important. I found comfort in it, and I think it's necessary to find God. And God has a funny way of giving you what you need, you know? This has been one of the craziest years of my life. I noticed it was happening probably around May or June this year. It's September now. September, I think 23rd, maybe 24th, I don't remember. I noticed that I was going through like a transitional period. Like I was in the off season of a show, you know what I'm saying? That I'm in like the training arc, I guess you could say, before the actual season begins. You know, the time skip in between. I feel like I'm in the time skip. I didn't fully realize what that meant until recently. I probably still don't fully realize what it means. I feel like my entire world has been completely transformed in these last couple months. The things that you think make up your life are quite easily, check if the mic's still on, are quite easily changed. And it's crazy how much can change so quickly in your life. Things you don't really think about. What you care about, what's important to you. Why you do the things you do, what you're striving for. When God shines a spotlight on your life, it makes you really reevaluate everything. It is very jarring. Sometimes it's a little difficult to comprehend why everything is happening the way it is. And I've been learning to just roll with it lately, even though it's hard. And it's been really hard. Trying to get accustomed to changes in your life, people leaving your life, your direction is changing. The path that you thought you were on was kind of meaningless, it seems. Maybe there wasn't really a path at all. Maybe it was just distraction after distraction, video games, alcohol, Instagram, social media, things like that. It's really easy to get caught up in things like that. It's just another day of checking your phone and scrolling, and then your friends hit you up and you're going to a concert and you're going to a escape room, then a rave, then a party, then a kickback. Before you know it, your week's gone, your month's gone. You're like, man, I don't even remember all of it. I barely remember any of it. I find that the closer let me rephrase that. I find the older I get, the more time sort of meshes together, blends together. I think that has to do with partially with a lot of alcohol and what excessive use of it will do to your memory. I think the other half is just distractions and doing things that aren't aligned with what you want, eating bad food, junk food, things like that, getting all the terrible ingredients, seed oils, and all this shit. I think it really plays a big part in your memory, how you remember everything. I don't know how you have how you can recollect the past year, the past month, past week, yesterday. If you're constantly scrolling and eating canes, just a bunch of fried, processed food, drinking all the time, watching porn all the time, doing drugs, doing things that you know are bad for you, these vices that are so easy to indulge yourself in. Time can really get away from you. Life can really get away from you faster than you think. And I've just come to realize lately that all the things that I've been doing, that I've cared about, collecting things, playing video games, most everything is not essential, is not benefiting my life. My fire's about to go out, so there's a lot of smoke right now. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot. It smells good though. It smells good. Taking an honest look at your life and deciding that things are not the way you want them to be is very challenging. I'm facing that right now. I'm going through it right now. There's a multitude of other things, hardships that we have to go through that don't really need to be talked about. But I think going through hardships, especially with people, I think that's the big one. Going through hardships with people really puts into perspective all the things that you've been doing in your life, at least in my life. Things I spend my money on, things I don't spend my money on. Beautiful night. Even though I got this bright light in my face, I can still see the stars. There's a million of them. It's crazy up here. This exact thing that I'm doing right now, out here camping by myself in Big Bear, is something I was terrified of doing before. I had this notion that I didn't want to travel unless I was with somebody that wanted to go with me, whether that be a girlfriend or just a buddy. Mostly a relationship with a woman. Like I saw something on Instagram a while back that was like, said something about wanting a witness to your life. Like that's why people get married or something like that. I was like, man, that really resonated, you know? Like I wanted someone to see the waterfall with me. Seeing it by myself is cool, but I kind of always felt like it was pointless if there was no one there to share it with you. You couldn't talk about it with them afterwards. And you can't sit on the rocks, watch the waterfall, and kind of look over to the person you're with. You don't even have to say anything, you just kind of get it, you know? That was always something I really envisioned in my life, was having that. And for a long time I kind of put my dreams and life on hold because I didn't really have that. Not in a way that I wanted. So I didn't travel as much. I didn't camp as much. I've had a dream since I was about 19. I think it was around then, as far back as I can remember. So over a decade, I think now, that I wanted to do the whole van life thing, get a van and go travel around the US and see the world and record it and be able to look back. But I kind of let all these distractions get in the way. And it's only this year that I really realized that if I don't sit down and dedicate myself, still on, sweet. If I don't sit down and dedicate myself to those dreams, I'm never going to be able to achieve them. It was a tough pill to swallow, that I had to let go of certain things, certain people, certain habits, a lifestyle, really, in order to achieve the dreams that I've always had, which I now think is God's calling for me. And it's a damn shame if I let those dreams go to waste. So I've been taking steps and effort to achieve those. This is one of them. Just getting my thoughts out there. I always kind of had this feeling that I would have a YouTube channel that I could talk to people with, and maybe that's how I would meet people on the road. At the same time, I kind of always imagined that I would have someone to take with me on the road. And the prospect of that kind of kept me from doing it in the first place. I was like, well, I don't really have that partner to go on the road with me, so I'm not even really going to bother don't want to wait anymore for other people. I just want to live my dream and see the world. I don't want to be forced to wait for somebody else, even though it was like this dream I had that I would like have a girl with me and we would go see the world, see the country at least, and we'd fall in love on the road and we'd see all these places and maybe have a kid and take our kids on the road. And we would just see all the world together, because I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but it kind of just feels like a waste if you go out and see everything and then you have somebody that you can take out and go see all the same places. It's like, it's not the same as the first time you saw it. So it's kind of lame that you didn't get to see it with them first. And that's kind of stopped me from going out and seeing it to begin with. But I don't think I can truly be fulfilled by just sitting around and waiting for it. Like, my future is out there on the road. So I've been putting aside some money. I've been working out. I've been reading the Bible a lot, trying to further my relationship with God. So at least I can have someone to talk to on the road. So going out there alone has always been pretty scary for me. Not in like I'm scared of getting robbed or killed or whatever. I mean, I'm out here in the woods right now. Not really in the woods, I guess. It's kind of in the woods. I'm at a campsite. There's RVs all around me, but they're a little ways out. It was never really that kind of fear. It was like the FOMO thing, fear of missing out, but for missing out with like a spouse or something like that. It's hard to describe really the feelings I have. I'm just trying to sort through what I have in my head and talk about it because I don't really have anyone else to talk about this kind of stuff with. So I thought I'm just going to record it and hopefully that'll help me work through what's going on in my head. And hopefully other people can relate to it. That's mostly, I think, what this is going to be. It's just my thoughts, kind of rambling. Not really a coherent thought, but seeing where my mind will take me. Maybe it resonates with some of you who are watching. I don't know. Time will tell, I suppose. One thing I do know, though, this is an excuse to get me out here. I had an idea to do this video. I was like, I don't want to do it just sitting at home. I want to be in nature, and I love nature. I love it. It's where I belong. I'm not meant to be cooped up indoors. So if this gets me out here, that's good enough for me. Lets me talk, vent about the things I need to talk about. You guys can talk to me about what's going on in your lives too if you want to. And we can have a discussion or something in the comments. It's good stuff. Four Roses. Four Roses with a small batch. Small batch. Not too bad. It's like $30. Throw it in a. Oh, that looks cool. Throw it in a little ice pack lunchbox. Keeps it nice and cold. Some people like it room temp. Not really my jam. I really encourage everyone watching that if you are going through some struggles in your life, in your head mostly, also outside of your head, with the people in your life or whatever it is you're dealing with, coming out into nature and looking into a campfire. Damn, it's good stuff. Really does something to your brain, you know? I feel like just being at home, I just go through the same constant thought loops in my head. So getting out into, fresh air up in the mountains, campfire, a little bit of whiskey. I brought some stuff for sandwiches later. What time? It's like midnight or something. No, it's like 10:30. But this can really clear your head, I think. So I recommend it. If you're struggling with something, just go out in nature. Maybe you'll find a new perspective, new way of thinking about your problem. If nothing else, at least gives you a little bit of peace of mind, I think. As for me, anyway, haven't really thought once about my situation since I've been up here, which is nice. Just focused on doing things, building this fire. I suck at building fires. It was my first time doing it myself without any like lighter fluid or whatever you call it. Had to get a million little sticks for kindling. It's still barely going. At least it's still going a little bit. One of the logs is on fire, so it's something. But I'm terrible at it. But I tried. I did it. I didn't give up. I think that counts for something. Definitely keeps your mind off of overthinking, I think. Just getting out and doing things, even if it's something like car camping at a little camp spot near your house. I'm still like 2 hours away, but still. Just getting out in nature really, I think, will do something good for you. Gets you closer to God, I think. We all need that, I think. Being a little closer to being human, getting away from all the technology and distractions. My God, the distractions. It's crazy how fast your life will pass you by if you just stay distracted and not spend time thinking. Maybe thinking is not the right word. Reflecting? I think it's reflecting. Reflecting on the day, reflecting on the last week and month and year and the future as well. Not so much ruminating, though. It's not what I'm talking about. I think ruminating is actually really bad. It's something I struggle with. I'm talking more about that sitting in silence, not having to play music when you drive to work, not putting on a podcast when you go for a run. I tell you, one of the best things I've discovered this year, one of the best things, something that's kept me really focused. I started going back to the gym in August. I was doing home workouts since April. And in August, I went back to the gym, and content creator that I watch said something about not using headphones in public because it kind of takes away from the social aspect of whatever thing you're doing. So I took it a step further. Going to the gym, I leave my phone in my locker. I don't bring it with me. I don't have headphones either. I just focus completely on the place that I'm sitting at and working out in and all the people that are around me. It is so nice to not have to be tethered to it, to my phone, or if somebody texted me or snapped me or what's going on Instagram or how my YouTube analytics are doing. It's just me and the weights, and I feel like it's been so helpful in keeping me wanting to go. Not that I'm judging everyone else for using their own music. Whatever gets you going, whatever gets you there. But I feel like the thing that's been keeping me there is not having my phone on me, not having my headphones, and just being present in the moment. Even though there's music playing, there's music playing in the gym, and a lot of it sucks, and a lot of it's these sad boy songs, which is super lame. You shouldn't be playing that shit when you're working out. Damn, smooth. Try it for a week. Go to the gym and leave your phone in the locker. No headphones. See how you feel afterwards. Maybe it's just me. Maybe if you don't like it, just go back to using your phone. I mean, it's fine. But I feel like the more places that we are just in the moment and don't have a immediate distraction every single time we want it, I think it really does good things for your brain. Boredom is something I remember a lot when I was a kid. All the time. I'd be bored. I just want to lay in bed. I didn't have a phone with me to do something with. I had a Game Boy. Game Boy, I did that a lot, but you can only play so much Pokemon. I played a lot of Pokemon. A lot. You don't always want to do that. So a lot of the times I would just be bored. And that gave me time and room and space to just think about my life and things. Not in the overthinking sense, but like I was saying earlier, the reflecting kind of thing, reflecting on my day at school or that thing my friend said or the test coming up, whatever it was going to be. Just gave me room to think and be present and not be I feel like if you think about the olden days, whatever era comes to mind, that's fine. Something would happen in your life, in their lives, I suppose. Some big event or something like that. Something day to day in work or in the town square or whatever. And they would go home and they wouldn't really have anything else to do. So they would think about it, give their brain time to process the thing that they saw and witnessed and see how they really feel about it. And they didn't have anything else like imprinting those memories on their brain until the next time they went out and did something. So I feel like if we're always pressing the button and stamping something new on our brain, you never really get the chance to zoom out and let it dry and look at it as a whole. I think that's really important. Helps you slow down. I think it I think it is one possible solution to everyone saying that life is speeding up lately. Maybe it's not just lately, maybe it's just as you get older. Like I said, I'm approaching 30. I got 8 months left, and I'm trying to make the most of it. I'm trying to go out and do things that would make little me proud. And I feel like if you're constantly distracted with music, and trust me, I'm a big fan of music. I got into the rave scene in 2016 and I never stopped. So kind of recently, and I wouldn't even say stopped, but slowed down. Anyway, I'm a big fan of music. Finding new music, very important to my life. However, this year I've realized that it definitely counts as a distraction. It is distracting you from being able to just think and reflect on your life. And so I've deliberately tried to go on some of the drives that I do, whether it be to work, to wherever, and not have music playing. Just no podcast, no music, nothing. Just my thoughts. And it kind of helps me process what I'm going through. So I suggest anyone try that. It's pretty cool. I don't know, man. I'm just coming into this era of my life where I value things that will actually benefit me, real things, not fake dopamine hits, fake pleasure, cheap pleasure, I guess. Real sustenance, real food. I've been eating a lot of real food, whole ingredients, ground beef, sweet potatoes, broccoli, cottage cheese. Found that out this year. My God, it's so good. It tastes like sour cream in a way. It's got a lot of protein. Avocado, whole ingredients, eggs. If you eat like that, man, your life is just so much clearer. Your brain is clearer. You don't overthink as much. I guess you can call it like the pursuit of realness. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. I don't know. No clue. Pursuit of something real. Hmm. 42 minutes. Wow. I've been talking for a while. This is nice. I really like doing this. I think I'll make this a thing. Just finished my whiskey, so I guess I should probably close this off before my light dies and you can't see me anymore. If you made it this far, that's crazy. I never thought anyone would actually care what I had to say, but I appreciate it. My name's Levi. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts for this. So I'm going to go. Just got a new book. You know what? I was going to say the name, but I'm just going to go grab it and show you what it looks like. It's got a really cool album, or what do you call that? Cover. This is called, I mean, it's backwards, but it's called The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. I saw two people recently online recommend this book. Haven't started it. I just bought it on the way up here because I wanted something to read. I thought that would be pretty cool. Reading, that's another thing that I've been getting back into. That's just analog. Analog's been pretty fun. I like doing things that are physical and real. Journaling, things like that, writing down things, reading books. A lot of smoke coming from this fire. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for right now. I could probably ramble on for another hour, but I'm just going to call it here. Thank you guys for watching, if you made it this far. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. I'm going to say Little Dipper. Leave me a comment that says Little Dipper in the comments, and I'll know you made it all the way to the end. All right. Anyway, more videos to come, I think. I hope. Yeah, but that's it for now. Thanks, you guys, for watching. I'll talk to you soon, all right? Stay blessed. God loves you. I love you. Take care.